Hi, this is Kay from the Clever Someday blog, and I want to show you my hinge technique for cutting out a printout from the computer. We start with the mat loaded with a piece of scrap cardstock, and it's loaded at the very back of the mat, and it's taped with a piece of masking tape on one edge, and this is burnished down really good, and also the piece of tape, I just run my fingernail across it like that. And you can use any kind of scrap cardstock for this, even paper, and I'm using bright green here so that it'll show up. And what I want to do today is cut out a printout. I printed this off of festasite.com, their spiral word generator, spiral poem generator, and I want to cut a circle around that. And I want to show you how to do this with a Cricut. It's just a good example of how this technique works. I've measured this and I see that I want a 3-inch circle. So I'm going to set my machine up for 3 inches. And this is Plampton School Book. So the circle's down here on the bottom row, the first one. And I'm going to use my arrow keys to navigate to the spot, and I'm going to watch the screen because it'll tell me the coordinates, and I just want to get on here where I've got room to make a 3-inch circle. And as I go on here, it's 0 in this column, and I'm going to get to 4 inches because it's just easier to remember a nice even number, and I'm going to navigate over here to 1. Okay, so this is 1 and 4 are the coordinates for this, and that's important because I need to remember where I started. So I could write that down, probably be a good idea, because I'm going to need to remember that later. So now I'm going to cut my 3-inch circle, and now I'm going to hit load paper, not unload paper, but load paper. And I'm going to remove the circle. Now I can pick this whole thing up because it's taped down and it's not going to move. So I'm going to remove this and get my printout. And now I can position this and get at whatever angle I need to get to be able to see this. Now, you know, a spiral is not perfectly circular, so it's not going to be perfect, but I get it how I think it looks balanced or how I want it. And then I get this mat as flat as I can and press the paper down till it sticks. Then I can move this out of the way, and it helps if you have a hard surface underneath. I'm using a clipboard here, and then I can brayer this down to the mat so that it's in good make sure that it's stuck down to the mat good. Alright, now I'm going to navigate back to that point of 4 inches for the in-out measurement. Whoops, I overshot it. And then 1 inch. And unfortunately this number doesn't stay on the screen. It only shows right when you're pushing the button. Okay, now I've got 1 for the left-right measurement, 4 for the in-out measurement, just like what I started with. Okay, and I can leave this flapping. It's not going to hurt anything. And now I'm going to cut again. I'll just tell it to repeat last. Okay, now if I tell it to load paper again, I can take this off and see that it's centered right where I told it to center. And if I wanted to do another one of these, then I could just rotate this, take this off, rotate this back into position, and load another one up and cut again. And I can do as many of these as I want. As long as I don't unload the mat or undo this tape, then I can keep doing as many as I want at a time. Okay, so that's the technique. This also works with Design Studio. Of course, you don't have to keep track of your coordinates. Design Studio is always going to cut in the same place again. Works with Scowl, same thing. This is just a handy technique for being able to see what you're doing so that something cuts where you want it to cut. Hope you enjoyed that.